In the heart of a bustling city, Mia Thompson, a promising young artist, discovers that her brushstrokes are tracing the fates of the doomed, painting portraits of murder victims before their untimely deaths. As the chilling realization sinks in, Mia races through the chaotic city streets, haunted by the visions she cannot control, desperate to connect the dots between her art and the unfolding tragedies. In the midst of the city's vibrant life, Mia clutches her sketchbook tightly, convinced that the next stroke of her pencil could mean the difference between life and death for an innocent soul. As the clock ticks down, Mia fights against time and fate, knowing that each stroke could unveil a new story, a tragedy she must prevent, or she may become the very subject of her own chilling masterpiece. Fueled by desperation, Mia confronts law enforcement, hoping to bridge the gap between her terrifying gift and their investigation, before an innocent life becomes yet another victim of the portrait killer. Determined not to be silenced, Mia vows to uncover the truth, her resolve hardening with each raindrop that falls, aware that time is slipping through her fingers like wet paint on a canvas. As the darkness envelops her creativity, Mia grapples with the chilling realization that the line between artist and subject is blurring, pushing her closer to a confrontation that could end it all. In a frantic race against fate, Mia's heart pounds as she realizes the killer has now stepped into her reality, forcing her to confront her worst fears and the truth behind her terrifying talent. With her pulse racing and adrenaline surging, Mia takes a bold step forward, convinced that revealing the truth behind her visions may be the only way to stop the slaughter and save herself from becoming the ultimate muse. In that charged moment, a chilling exchange unfolds as Mia fights to maintain her composure against the dark intentions of her adversary, realizing that her art may have drawn her into a sinister web far beyond what she ever imagined. As tension mounts, Mia understands that she's not just an observer in this twisted narrative. She must summon every ounce of her creativity and courage to escape from the clutches of the portrait killer before her visions become her final brushstrokes. In a desperate bid for survival, Mia transforms from passive artist to fierce protector, wielding her creativity not only to capture beauty, but to fight back against the darkness that threatens to consume her. In a climactic moment filled with adrenaline, Mia stands her ground against the portrait killer, knowing that her instinct to create must now evolve into a desperate struggle for her very life. As chaos unfolds around her, Mia channels all her artistic energy into survival, recognizing that this is not just her battle, but the culmination of every portrait she has ever painted, a fight for life against the haunting specter of death. In a pivotal moment of courage, Mia takes the chance she needs, launching into action as she fights not only for her life, but for the lives of those who could still fall victim to the darkness she has painted. Escaping into the tempestuous night, Mia is determined to find help, realizing that the fight is far from over and that she must rally her strength to confront the true evil that lurks beyond her art. With adrenaline surging in her veins, Mia calls out for help, fully aware that time is running out and the portrait killer is still hot on her trail. In a desperate plea, Mia relays her harrowing encounter to the officers, urging them to act quickly, aware that she is not just fighting for her survival, but for everyone who may fall victim to the sinister force she has become entangled with. As the tension reaches its peak, Mia's heart pounds with uncertainty, praying that the bravery of the officers will turn the tide against the darkness that has haunted her life and art. In a heart-stopping moment, the confrontation reaches its breaking point, and Mia realizes that the outcome of this clash will determine not only her fate, but the lives of countless others ensnared in the portrait killer's web. With courage on their side, the officers spring into action, and Mia watches with bated breath, knowing that every second counts as they confront the embodiment of her darkest fears. In the chaos of this life-or-death struggle, Mia realizes that her artwork has come alive in the most terrifying way, forcing her to confront not just the killer, but also the dark inspiration that fueled her talent. As the battle rages on, Mia steels herself for the possibility that her vision of death may not end tonight, and she resolves to harness her gift in a final act of courage. In an act of bravery fueled by desperation, Mia realizes that she cannot remain a mere observer. She must become an active participant in the fight for survival and justice. With her heart pounding fiercely, Mia channels her fear into an act of defiance, determined to reclaim her narrative from the hands of the killer who has exploited her gift for his dark purposes. As the world around her blurs into chaos, Mia's brave intervention becomes a pivotal moment in the clash between light and darkness, where every action shapes their collective fate.